Hey everyone! Today we're talking fashion startup problems, and a big one that new entrepreneurs face, or small fashion brands, is the MOQ, the minimum order quantity. So in this video, let's take a look at what that means exactly, how it's going to affect you, and what you can do. If you're new around here, hi, I'm Vicky, founder of The Fashion Business Coach, the platform that helps small and startup fashion brands to launch and scale successfully. This is one of my weekly videos, so if you're not following along or subscribing already, make sure you do so that you can catch our new video, which is released each and every Tuesday. So this week we're talking about the MOQ, and if you're brand new to having your own fashion business, then this might be new to you. Basically, MOQ stands for minimum order quantity, and that's something you're going to be hearing a lot about as you start making inquiries, particularly when you start making inquiries for fabrics, also with working with manufacturers and anything else that you might need to source for your product. So that could be anything from buttons to zippers to clasps, all kinds of things, and basically any component that you're going to come across. If you want to buy that business to business, so directly from the vendor rather than through a middleman like a website or a department store or something like that, you're going to have to meet these minimum order quantities. This is tough because usually as a small business you don't have a lot of cash and it's a new idea and you just want to order a few to test the water. You don't want to be ordering hundreds or even thousands to meet minimum order quantities. So this MOQ situation becomes a pretty big deal for a lot of small brands, and in some cases even a deal breaker. So what can we do about it? Well, first things first is to realize that if you are a small brand, and when I say small, I really mean somebody who's making 100 pieces or less as an absolute minimum. 100 pieces or less is generally the lowest that you can get to work with an actual factory or direct with a vendor for fabrics, for example. A lot of the suppliers do have higher minimums than that, but 100 is kind of where I feel it's achievable to get a lot of things at 100. If you don't fall into that, if you're going to be ordering less than 100 pieces, and that's per design and per colour within that design, then for you the approach is going to be a bit different. I don't imagine that you're going to be working with a factory. I don't think that that's a realistic thing to happen, either because the factory won't take the order because you don't meet the MOQ, or because they're going to just charge too much as a surcharge to work with them. So there are other avenues that are better for you. If you're one of those people, please comment below. I have other resources that are going to help you. So if you're still watching and you're willing to do the 100 pieces kind of as a minimum benchmark, then what we want to do is make sure that we're not going crazy with loads and loads of options. And I know this is tough because people often have like millions of ideas. They want to do loads of different colorways and all that sort of thing. And what I can tell you is that people I've worked with one-on-one, which is a lot of people at this point, almost all of them have come to me with ideas for like a 10-piece collection in 5 different colors and loads of different options, and they've all reduced it down dramatically. Or they ignored my advice and then later realized they couldn't do it. But either way, the actual collection they released was considerably less than they planned. And the reason for that is because of this MOQ, it's going to be that you're having to keep your options really limited. So rather than, for example, having like one jumper in 5 colors, you might have one jumper in 2 colors. You'll order the same amount, but that means that your order volume for each of those fabrics and each of those styles per color, that's going to be higher, which means you have more opportunities open to you, more people who are willing to work with you because you're putting in a bigger order. So essentially the moral of the story is, if you're ordering less than 100 pieces per style and color, don't work with a factory. There's different methods for you. And if you are in the sort of 100 to 300 kind of area, then I would try and really keep the collection as tight as possible to maximize the chances of you being able to make the product exactly as you want it, and to improve the pricing as well. So it's better to have, in this case, for meeting all the order quantities and better pricing, it's better to have a small collection and more units of that particular style or the particular styles within that collection, rather than having loads of options and just a few units made of each one. I hope that makes sense. If you're brand new to the fashion industry and it doesn't make any sense at all, I would definitely check out the link below this video, which has got a free download with like fashion industry lingo and terminology. It's absolutely free. You can just sign up for it and it'll get delivered to your inbox within a few minutes. And that's going to help you really understand some of the fundamentals that we're talking about here. And of course, feel free to leave a comment below. I do check those and take the feedback on board for future videos that I make as well. So definitely do that if you're still feeling a little stuck. I hope that's helped and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye for now.